We are standing here in Glenbow Ranch Provincial Park. Glenbow Ranch Provincial Park is situated right between the city of Calgary and the town of Cochrane. It has about 10 kilometers of the Bow River shoreline that it protects. It has boreal forests, grasslands, as well as other archaeological and historical points of interest, and it's about 3,200 acres, so it is a very large park. The Glenbow Ranch Park Foundation was founded in 2007 by the Harvey family. So in the 1970s, Tim Harvey was up on one of the hills in our park looking down on the lands with his dad, Neil Harvey. And at that time, the large estate development was occurring all around Calgary. And he said, "Is that what our lands are gonna look like?" And Neil said, "Not if we don't let it." So in 2007, they founded our foundation and started working with Alberta Parks to create a public park for everyone to enjoy these lands. I love when people come and experience the park for the first time, because as you come down Glenbow Road, you're not sure what you're about to see. And then you park and suddenly there's this vista in front of you. And so people never know what to expect when they come.
The grasslands are important, first of all, because there's such little of it left. We've lost more than half of our native grasslands in Alberta, more than 75% across the country, and they provide so much in the way of ecosystem services, from carbon sequestration to water filtration. For example, when we get our major floods, the grasslands and the wetlands in the grasslands slow the water down, allow it to filter out pollutants and toxins, reduce the force of the water to help prevent worse flooding farther downstream. And they're just beautiful. They're amazing places. Fescue grasses are very large and they're very long-lived. The bunches can grow quite wide around, and based on growth estimates, we believe some of the biggest ones are several hundred years old. They're essentially the old-growth forest of the prairie.
There's almost 40 kilometers of paved and shale path, and we keep the paved paths plowed in the winter. We have an active cattle ranch in our park, so sometimes trails are closed to allow for cattle grazing. They can also expect a lot of interpretive signage so they can learn about the ecology of the park, the history of the park. We have a visitor center that's open when staff or volunteers are able to man it. And then there's also a plethora of programming opportunities for adults and children. But I think the number one thing that people don't expect is how, when they're in the park, you can't see development, and people have a sense that it could be 200 years ago. Only 2% of Alberta's grasslands are formally protected, and we have 3,200 acres of that 2% here in the park. And statistically, 75% of Alberta's species at risk are found in grasslands. The Amazon rainforest, the Great Barrier Reef, and grasslands. Those are the three most diverse ecosystems in the world. And here we are with this park in between Calgary and Cochrane, which are both developing rapidly. And so it's a no-brainer that protecting this park should be on everyone's mind and should be really, really important to all of us. And so that's where our foundation comes in. Formally, the mission of the Glenbow Ranch Park Foundation is to protect and promote Glenbow Ranch Provincial Park through engagement, education, collaboration, and conservation. And so one of the biggest things that we focus on, there are kind of two main things: educating people about grasslands and conservation, and vegetation management, because we have some of the last left healthy native fescue grasses, and it's our responsibility to preserve them. And so through a robust vegetation management program that we do with Alberta Parks, we ensure that we keep invasives away so all the incredible diverse plants can grow and thrive here at the park.
The programs we offer for kids are the Discover Archaeology program, where they learn about the history of the park, the Explore Grasslands program, where they learn about the environment of grasslands, and we also offer a pond program where they go down to the pond and look for invertebrates and other little critters that swim around down there.
It's our kids' educational programming, which is creating the next generation of stewards for these lands. And so prior to COVID-19, we had years where we saw up to 5,000 children through in-class programming as well as at the park programming. And it is really special having a kid who's never seen a cow in real life or never been to grasslands, who see them as these green hills, and then they take part in a grassland program and realize the diversity in every square inch of those grasslands. And then we also have our vegetation management program, which is really important. During the summer months, we go out, we do weeding with our volunteers, and then we also apply herbicide to specific areas to control some of the invasive species in the park.
Well, mostly I just want people to know that it's here and know that it's so special and know that it's so beautiful. I mean, we have such a unique environment in this part of the world where we get the grassland, but we also get the foothills. We get this, ridiculous view of the mountains. Yeah, I just want people to know that it's here, know that it's special.
How many places do we have these days where you can go out and be so connected to nature and feel the vastness of it? Here I feel you really recognize just how powerful nature is. We want some of it left for the future generations. And so what do we need to do? Well, we need to protect it now for them.